Hello, welcome to the latest edition of Cantata of the Week. My name is Michael Chance, and I'm very happy to be able to introduce to you one of the contributions which I made and was involved in some 20 years ago as part of the Bach pilgrimage, the form of this alto cantata which you're about to hear, written for the 6th Sunday after Trinity in 1726, BWV 170, Vergnügte Ruh, beliebte Seelenlust, contented peace, beloved delight of the soul. Just say a few things about it, but before I do that, I'll just say what an extraordinary privilege and joy it was to be able to sing this particular cantata as part of the pilgrimage, and it's one of the holy grails for the alto voice, I feel. Bach wrote, I think up to 5 solo cantatas for alto, and 169, 135 were both written at roughly the same time. Presumably there was a singer who Bach was writing for who could rise to the challenges which he set in this very demanding, virtuosic, but dramatic, but ultimately deeply involving emotional music. It starts with a sublime aria, opening with the strings, and the voice comes in this long tune, one of those tunes which sort of feels it never ends, and hints only at the end of a world which is not filled with inner joy and contentment and peace, with the play out of the strings at the end of this aria were a little bit more dramatic, a little bit more chromatic, and that world which those slightly off-key, if you like, notes at the end then gets starkly presented in the opening recitative, Die Welt, das Sündenhaus, the world, this house of sin, which is a really operatic recitative, giving huge challenges to the singer, but it covers a big range, and indeed the opening phrase, Die Welt, which is the interval, the rising sixth, the same interval as Bach uses in many other places, for instance, the Erbarme dich in Matthew Passion, or the opening phrase of Ich habe genug, the Soloists cantata, and many others, but times of extreme tenderness and emotion here in such a different context, presenting the house of sin filled with the viper's poison, with the utterances of oaths and insults, ending in the first part of the recitative with racha, which is really a sort of a swear word, and then it develops a little bit more intimately into the relationship with the God into the second aria, which is worth saying a little bit about. It's surprising because it has no bass. It's the upper strings only, playing a long, pedantic tune, if you like, the cantus firmus, and then the 2 manual organ playing virtuosic obligato part with, and then the voice having to weave between these 2 extremes. It's a very involving, but also quite a challenging aria to perform, and both involving with these dark chromaticisms, with these suddenly exuberant outbursts coming out of the blues from nowhere in the middle. The second recitative is a little bit more tender, a little bit less dark and stark, and accompanied by the strings, and we end the whole cantata with almost a bucolic dance, something a little bit less emotionally heavyweight, is a bit more lightweight. Indeed, this cantata sometimes is criticised, like some of the elder solo cantatas, having very, very strong opening movements and then tailing off at the end. I don't feel this does. I think it's a foil to what happens earlier. In any case, it's a joy to perform. I hope you hear that joy in the way we do it. It was, as I say again, a great thing to be reminded of what we all did as part of this extraordinary group of people committing ourselves at various times during the year to this extraordinarily ambitious and imaginative, visionary venture. I believe there are still ways that we can all remember it by buying CDs of it on the online shop, and I hope you enjoy what now follows. Thank you so much for listening and viewing.